Chaos Lord Feravius Charon had grown weary of the pestilential nuisance of the Dark Eldar, and felt the time had come to crush them under the pitiless hammer of his Alpha Legion Chaos Space Marines. Had the Dark Eldar refrained from conducting raids on their chaotic comrades, they might have prospered in safety upon Karava IV's single moon. But alas, their time had come. The Archon Tariel's band of pillagers were no match for a full army of Chaos Space Marines. Unable to hide or run in their own base camp, the Dark Eldar fell before the invaders' fire. The Dark Eldar, who were not slaughtered or fled, found themselves subject to their vanquishers' cruel games. The heretic Chaos Space Marines made sport of their victims in the very cages and torture chambers in which their own brethren had been made to suffer. A just reward indeed, from the evil to the depraved. Frustrated by their elusive tactics, Chaos Lord Feravius Charon felt a growing ire towards the Eldar. His longing to crush these troublesome foes, combined with his desire to claim the barren lands of the Upper Wastes for a great temple and testament to the powers of chaos, ensured that the Alpha Legion would attack at their stronghold without great delay. Soon Lord Charon could wait no longer, and his Chaos Space Marines struck with deadly might and fury. They thwarted the many tricks and traps that Farseer Keris set, unleashing havoc in their wake. After the enemy were routed and the Farseer had fled, Charon loosed his men to hunt and torture the remaining Eldar. After nothing living was left, the Chaos Space Marines took to looting and destroying the Eldar structures and stores. In truth, the Necrons and the forces of Chaos have little in common other than their enemies. Where one is a cold and silent army of death and dominion, the other revels in wild noise, mutation, and action. When the Alpha Legion found themselves standing above the cold necropolis that had emerged from the Emosan sands, they saw not just a foe, but the one thing which in their mad power and zeal they feared and abhorred: subservience, silence, the void. In the Battle of Emosa, the wild powers of the Chaos Gods proved themselves in every way superior to the older Catan gods of death. Even when one of these gods, the Great Deceiver, was summoned to fight in corporeal form against the Alpha Legion. By the time they were done, nothing was left of the ancient Necron city. All had been toppled, shattered, and smashed to dust. Over the course of thousands of battles, the Chaos Lord Feravius Charon had developed cruelly keen instincts. Charon felt that he must crush the Orc threat soon, or risk losing his foothold in the Karava system. He consulted his head sorcerer, only to have his suspicions confirmed by a divination. Gorged on bloodshed and strong with chaos, the Alpha Legions crushed the Orc forces. They tore through the ancient Orc stronghold, an enclave untouched by intruders for millennia. While his crazed, victorious soldiers butchered and burned the vanquished army, Lord Charon stalked the ground suspiciously, looking for Gorguts, his nemesis. Again, his instincts had proved true. The Great Orc was nowhere to be found. Still, the victory was won. No orcs would trouble the ascendancy of chaos. The Tau were wholly unprepared for the fury with which the forces of chaos assailed their moonbase on Nan Yanoi. With no innate relation to the warp, and no psychers at their command, the Tau could not anticipate the many augmented powers that made the Alpha Legion such fearsome adversaries. The tortures and foul ceremonies performed upon the helpless Tau that were not fortunate enough to die in battle are beyond description. Within hours of the sack of Nanyanoy, the base was covered in its defenders' blood, and the carcass of their beloved ethereal hoisted upon the barrel of the Arca cannon, the one piece of the Tau base that Lord Charon did not see fit to desecrate.